Kim, we haven't seen you in any films for a few years. What was so special about LA Confidential that made you want to accept the role?
Well, when I read the script, I had never read more beautifully written dialogue as long as I could remember. So that in itself was so refreshing and enough to make me want. I just knew I wanted to say those words. But I think after I met Curtis Hanson and he presented me with a visual presentation of how he was going to shoot the film, and it was his clarity about how he wanted to shoot the film, and also his vote of confidence. He looked at me and said, "You are her." You know, it's so nice, especially filmmaking is a collaboration, and I think to have a partner with your director, he is the captain of the ship, and for a director to really want you and to go on that journey with you is everything for me. So,
had you always been an admirer of Veronica Lake?
I had known her prior. I'd known about her prior to LA Confidential, but I had been a big fan of the 40s and 50s films when I was a kid. I used to sit and watch with my father and watch television, and I had seen probably I Married a Witch numerous times and This Gun for Hire, but that was about it. So in doing my research for this, I got my hands on every film I could get my hands on of hers, even her most obscure films, and fell in love with her. Absolutely fell in love with this, unfortunately, better-known actress for her hair than she was for her ability.
What was it like to play her look-alike then?
It was interesting. It was very interesting because as I studied her and I saw her films over and over again, she was so far ahead of her time, such an intelligent lady, and she had this spirit about her that I just borrowed a piece of her spirit and hopefully injected into my character, and I hope in her honor, really.
Now, the clothes you wear in the film are fabulous, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What did you make of those?
Well, that was half the research as well. We looked at bolts and bolts of fabric, old fabric, and had these dresses made. Ruth Myers was wonderful, and she drew all of these, and it was great because even the fittings, you felt like you were in the room with Edith Head, doing these kinds of things, because you just don't normally do this in the movies. You don't. And it was great. The whole experience has been one gift to me.
Now, how challenging was it for you as an actress to play a prostitute?
Well, the funny thing about it was that was the least important aspect of the whole movie. I mean, she dresses like she does, and she is what she is by day or by night, whatever. But that was the least interesting part of all of it. I think just the mere fact that she was the emotional center, and she knew the word. I mean, I carried this around with me like a torch. Was the word facade. Nothing is what it seems. Nobody is who they say they are. So, and she knows this better than anyone. So I think as she holds the key and starts to unravel all these characters, after they are unraveled, then the crime can be solved. And I found it a very powerful place to stand. Very powerful. I think is the best thing in the whole movie, the best role, the best place to be that emotional core of a movie. It's a big responsibility, but it's the best place to be.
So you quite enjoyed the whole sort of masquerade of the part?
I loved it because I knew that eventually it would get all sorted out, as you say here in England. Sorted out. I hear it on the radio, on the TV. I must have heard that 20 times getting dressed this morning. Oh, it needs to be sorted out. It's very cute saying.
Now, your character, Lynn Bracken, she has a relationship with a policeman in the film who's played by Russell Crowe.
Right.
What was it like to work with him?
Just, I couldn't have asked for a better partner on screen. Could not have asked for a better partner on screen. And we, as Russell says, we dance well together. Russell is And Guy, you know, I've worked with some amazing co-stars in my life, and very talented people, and I would have to put both of them right on top of the list. And they are as nice as they are talented. So they, although they've been in the business for years and years and years and years and years, and they're very known in their own country and very big stars there, it's going to take this film to put them, to give them what they rightly deserve, and whether it's fame, fortune, whatever they want, they're certainly going to get it after this.
And finally, Kim, how do you manage to juggle your career with your family life?
It's not easy. It's not easy for anyone, but I think you make up your mind what comes first. And my family will always come first. It's just that you cannot neglect your happiness too in other areas. Professionally, I've been an actress for quite a long time, and I love Between Action and Cut, and you want to be a happy mom in that way. You never, you know, and I so it was actually my baby daughter who brought me so much clarity and so much freedom, and who really, it was almost like subliminally she was saying, you know, Mom, you have a big responsibility to me, but you have a responsibility to yourself to get back on the screen, because that's what you love to do. So this is why I ended up really doing LA Confidential.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Great.